Today, Google Opal, no-code visual builder for our workflows, just got a major upgrade, and Google have basically added a new agent step that analyzes your goal, determines the best approach, and automatically calls the right tools. So for example, like bio or video or web search for research to complete the task. They've added some new tools that actually make this even more capable. So one of the big things that we're seeing, for example, with tools like OpenClaw and stuff like that is memory. And now this can remember information, like you can see right here. You've got dynamic routing, so you can actually let the agent choose the next best step. And then we've also got an interactive chat. You can see an example demo of it running right here. But it looks pretty powerful. Now you can get free access to Google Opal depending on where you are in the world, right? So when I was in the UK, I couldn't use this, but the US or where I am currently, you can use Google Opal and you can get free access to it and also free access to the update. So pretty cool. We're going to test this out together, see how it performs, etc. Can you show us the practical workflow of OpenClaw? Yeah, so I've got loads of training on that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you rewind, if you're on the live stream right now, you can just rewind the live stream and watch back the live demo of us using Discord. So you can check that out from earlier. Spartan says, I have a question. Do you think Agent Zero will be able to code things like Discord channel access for itself by learning from OpenClaw? I'm not 100% sure on that, honestly, but I do think that you could kind of use Agent Zero a bit like Claude Code, where you get it to help you with stuff that's running locally, because Agent Zero is running locally as well, right? So it could access the same files, and then it could help you fix or set up different stuff like Discord channels as well. But honestly, I prefer Claude Code. I mean, like Agent Zero is great, but I think Claude Code is the best for just fixing stuff like that quickly. So if you want to start testing Google Opal, you can see an example of it here. And then if we go inside here, let's create a new one. I also want to show you some of the other stuff that I've built as well previously, which we'll come on to in a second. So you can see I've built all of these different tools using Google Opal, like for example, a content gap finder, blog builder, a content amplifier, etc. And if we go inside this section, you can see we now have different outputs here. So we can type what we want to build, or we can click on the output here and change this manually too, right? So you can see a bunch of manual options right there. So if we're like, right, okay, build out a workflow to automate AI videos, plus remember information about me. Let's see if that works. So you can see it's beginning to load here. Whilst we're waiting for that to load, let me show you some other examples of what we've built. So for example, like this is a SEO optimized blog creator. And this is an example of what I used. Pretty much when this came out, I was like, wow, this is kind of like NA10, but a lot more visual and a lot easier to set up, because you literally just type in what you want. And then if you want to edit the workflow on Google Opal as well, you can just click on edit these steps and change it however you want, right? So not only can you quickly set up the workflow with no code, but you can test out here and preview it, and then you can change anything and iterate anything that you don't want as well, which is pretty cool. And then you can see the visual layout right here, and you don't need to be able to code to build this, like it's just plain English. So it's beginning to build out this workflow here. Can we do this with Gemini Pro subscription? So Google Opal is free. You don't need to use Google Gemini to do this. There is an option inside Google Gemini where you can go to Gems over here, and then you can use Google Opal inside Gemini. But I don't think the new feature that we're covering today is inside there, right? So if you go to My Gems from Labs, you can click on New Gem, and then you can use kind of like a very similar version of Google Opal. It's basically Google Opal's capabilities, but directly inside Google Gemini here. However, they didn't announce that this is available inside Gemini, right? So I think the new updates are directly inside here. And you can see how it's figured out, okay, we need to use memory here. So it's using persistent memory. And it says manage and update the user's video preferences in persistent memory, check memory metadata to find any preference sheets. And then it's got like it's got an actual memory option right here, which is pretty cool, right? So it can remember you, who you are, etc., and that sort of thing. So if we share this now, we can copy that link and start using this app that we just started using, right? So for example, you can say, okay, describe your desired video and preferences. So I'm going to say, okay, a cat eating a pancake, and I'll put my cat's name is Arthur. You see how it's managing the user context here. So it should save, for example, stuff like little details like my cat's name and that sort of thing, I think, using the new update. So if we go back here, you see it can remember information using that memory option, like a user's name or style preferences. And then you can use this at go-to tool as well, which I've not tested out. Plus you've got an interactive chat, right? So I think you could actually even copy those commands with the new tools inside Google Opal and create a workflow based on that as well. Let's try that too. So if we go inside Opal here to create a new one, Then we'll say build a productivity tool using your new functionality, see below. And then if we have a look at the official documentation here as well, this was just updated today. And so it says new tools to make your Opal agent more capable. So you got memory, whether it's a user's name, style preferences, or a running shopping list, your Opals can now remember information across sessions. This makes your Opals grow smarter and feel more personal the more you use it. So for example, in this video hooks creator, the agent step stores the user's brand identity and preferences to its memory, allowing you to generate tailored video ideas instantly without repeating your preferences. That's an example, right? And it uses the memory to do that. It's also got dynamic routing. So what that means is like, based on the current user, it will choose the next best step, right? So it says, take full command of your workflow by defining multiple paths an agent can follow based on custom logic, right? So if you describe what you need, the agent will transition to what the next best step is. So you can see an example of that here. If this is a new client, do this. This is an existing client, do this, right? And you could actually set this up for your clients, you know? So for example, in this briefing, Opal, the agent step tailors your briefing based on whether you're meeting with an existing or a new client. Searches the web for new client backgrounds, or if it's an existing client, it reviews internal meeting notes to provide more context. So you can have like more, basically you can have more complexity and more personalization to each of the automations that you create. And finally, you've got interactive chat as well, right? So sometimes an agent needs to ask a follow-up question. With the agent step, it can now initiate a chat with the user to gather missing information or offer choices before moving on to the next stage, right? So for example, for the room style at Opal, as an example, if a user didn't give enough detail at first, the Opal will keep asking more questions or showing more examples. And you can see an example of that right there. So really powerful stuff. A very underrated tool. We've got the video creator right here that's generating the video, and it's personalized. So it's got the source context, memory sheet. It decides what the next. It's got recurring themes for this particular user, and that's pretty cool, right? And it's designed a full narrative script for the video that it's generating right here, which is amazing. Plus, it's even got background music, as you can see right there. If you go into the productivity tool that we built, it's got reminder tasks, reminder times, reminder frequency. It uses memory to generate those reminders, and then it can create a HTML page with the reminders that it uses on memory. So it's really cool.